Rob and Liz in the morning.
On his radio.
The topic du jour seems to be sleep today.
Okay.
Whether, how you sleep or things have turned a little bit and things you have done in your sleep.
Oh, okay. This open mic came in. You can always leave us a message, use the open mic, and on the My HISRadio app, just tap that little microphone and leave us a message like this.
It seems sleepwalking runs in my mom's family, and right after my mom and dad got married, dad did not realize this. So one night he woke up because there was a funny sound, and he looked up and mom was gone. He found her down the street in her nightie. Oh my goodness.
Oh, my goodness. And had no idea that. I wonder if she knew she sleepwalked.
Have you ever sleepwalked before?
I have, not that I know of.
Yeah.
No one's ever told me, like my mom or my husband never told me I've done anything like that. So I don't, I
Any
think I'm
crazy things in your sleep?
So I had to have surgery years ago, and my daughter was at the hospital with me. And so I'm in the little, recovery bed or whatever. And it was Christmas time. And so it was Santa Claus is Coming to Town.
Okay.
Which is one of our favorites, claymation. And there's a line, magic, feed corn, that Mrs. Claus says.
Okay.
And I'm out. Just out. And all of a sudden, my daughter said, I sat up and went, magic, feed corn, and went right back to bed.
Oh, my gosh.
So, I don't know.
Okay.
And then I tried to set her up with a male nurse during the same stay at the hospital.
Open mic came in through the My HISRadio app.
Right after my ex-husband and I got married, I woke him up singing Christmas carols at the top of my lungs. I don't even remember it.
I have a 6-year-old son who sleepwalks from time to time. And it's very sad because all he does is just kind of walk panicked from room to room, and is very visibly upset. And he has bunk beds in his room and doesn't quite understand why we don't let him sleep on the top bunk.
Rob and Liz in the morning.
On his radio.
It is Rob and Liz in the morning. His radio. I get this text over the weekend, and it says, did you know that there is a Big Mac with chicken in it? That's from my daughter.
Okay, yes.
And I said, well, yeah, I'd heard. I hadn't seen it. It sounds interesting.
Would you try it?
I'd probably try it. I would not order it. That's a lot of food. That's a lot of bread. So if I ever get the Big Mac, I take out the middle piece of bread.
Yeah, okay.
Because it's...
Yeah, do we need 3 buns? I mean,
Right.
3 slices of bread on a sandwich. And honestly, look, Big Mac ain't as big as the Big Mac used to be.
No, because it used to take 2 hands.
It's a little shrinkflation there on the Big Mac. So anyway, there's the chicken Big Mac. I think the McDonald's had tried it. Other places tested it in Miami, I think, last year. So everything you love about the Big Mac, if you're a fan of the Big Mac, 2 all-beef patties, special sauce, lettuce, cheese, pickles, onions on a sesame seed bun. All you got to do is take out the 2 all-beef patties and put in 2 tempura fried chicken patties.
Try to say that in that song.
2 tempura fried chicken patties, special sauce,
doesn't
lettuce,
work.
cheese. Okay,
Doesn't
yeah.
work. Doesn't work.
I tried.
Doesn't work. But I'd be interested in trying. The special sauce, basically Thousand Island. She texted in, Beth did, and she said the chicken Big Mac is pretty good. But I was wondering about the sauce. Is it the same kind of Thousand Island-y type sauce?
I love that. It's my favorite dressing. Had some last night. I was at a restaurant last night. In fact, it was so early. It was like we didn't know the restaurant was open. We did like the old people thing. It was like 3:45 when we had dinner.
The early bird.
I mean, it's like there was nobody there. It's
Yeah.
like we're the youngest couple there. So, but
Wow.
I had some Thousand Island on my dressing.
I don't like it at all, except on sandwiches. Like I'm saying, on a Big Mac or a sandwich.
That's like all I knew between that and French dressing when I was a kid. That's all we had in rotation at my grandmother's house.
We had Thousand, French, Catalina, and blue cheese. So we had the gamut.
Catalina, when it came out, then it kind of rotated into the rotation there dressings.
Yeah.
So
we did introduce the honey mustard, a little later.
Y'all were highfalutin.
You know what? My mom just loves her some dressing. I mean, to me, I want it on the side because I just think it's so drenched, so I don't want to put it on. She There's more dressing than salad.
Okay.
And more croutons. But
Okay.
whatever.
So what was that dressing you like there, Scott Watson?
Well, when I was a kid growing up, my grandmother liked Thousand Island. That was all I knew, Thousand Island dressing, right? And then as a teenager, I went to have dinner with a friend one night, and they put a big bowl of salad on the table, and they started putting out like 4 or 5 different salad dressings, like Catalina, French, this place, Hidden Valley something. It was white. It was called ranch. And I was like, where did all this stuff come from? Because all I had known growing up was Thousand Island.
Oh, so it wasn't just that that's all you had at the house. You didn't even know it existed.
I didn't know about all. No, because all we did was Thousand Island. That was the dressing. So I thought growing up that was what you put on your salad.
You never. Okay, so what I'm saying is Scott never went to a grocery store and looked around. You were stuck on the cereal aisle.
I was over there in the cereal, juice boxes, all that stuff, the good stuff, candy, whatnot.
But I remember the first time I had
Sheltered.
ranch.
Yeah.
I was like, oh my gosh, where has this been my whole life? Because we couldn't find the valley.
Me too.
Oh,
yeah.
It was hidden. So, but is that so? You just Thousand Island is great. You don't like Thousand Island?
No, I'm not a big relish person, and I think you make Thousand Island with relish, and I don't even know what's in it, and it's thick. It's so thick. And my husband loves it, and he'll be like, I need an extra one. I'm like,
dressing people, you didn't come up, either one of you guys, none of you guys came up with Italian or Caesar. Get out of town. Caesar, best of all time.
Oh my gosh, yeah, we did have Italian at the household as well. I forgot about that.
So I will every now and then, if I'm at a restaurant and that's all they have, that's a little lighter, put Italian. But I cook in Italian.
I'm actually a shift manager for McDonald's. Thought I would call and tell you that yes, the chicken Big Mac does have the same sauce as a regular Big Mac. It is absolutely delicious. You guys should give it a try. Liz, I have to agree with you about Thousand Island dressing. I used to make it for a steakhouse. It is relish and ketchup and mayonnaise, and I'm definitely not a fan either. Hope you guys have a great day. God bless you. Thanks for all you do.
See, and I'm not a fan of relish. I do like ketchup, but
You don't put relish on your hot dogs?
No.
Goodness gracious.
No, a hot dog is chili, slaw,
Yes.
mustard.
Rob and Liz in the morning.
On his radio.
Scott changes a setting. You do this on your ceiling fan, right?
Yeah, so in the winter, you change, and now I'm on the spot. I can't remember which direction. It's clockwise, I think, in the winter. And that takes the heat that rises and bounces it off the walls and brings it back down to the living area. So it makes the room feel warmer.
Okay, this is why I've never done it.
Okay.
Because I like to sleep very, very cold.
Yeah, because if it's counterclockwise, it's forcing
Pulling
the air
it up.
straight down,
Oh,
and it's like
okay.
it creates a wind chill effect.
Oh, good. Okay, so mine is set perfectly then.
Okay, I didn't know that there was settings on the fan.
I guess I feel like I've heard it, but it's one of those things I just forget because I wouldn't do it anyway.
And who knew? I mean, we knew that if anybody would do it, it'd be Scott Watson.
Right?
I mean, he's Mr. Home, taking care of the home and doing everything. So
By the book.
Trying to save some money on that electric bill.
And I get that as far as, if you're somebody that's cold-natured and you need that heat, then I absolutely see that. But see, we keep our temp set at like 67, 8 year-round.
We play a game. We play a game in the winter to see how long we go before we turn the heat on.
Yes.
So we blankets and, warm pants and white socks. We just,
But that's the best way to sleep.
It is.
When it's just frigid and you are in your sweats and your socks and your comforter and your thing. But I got to have like the fan moving at all times.
All year round?
All year round.
Nah, it's not for us. No.
So you don't have to have moving air.
No, especially not in wintertime, man. Because of course, I don't do the settings.
But it doesn't matter.
If I changed the settings and it was pushing the heat down, but if it's really cold in the wintertime, I can't have that fan on.
I would feel so claustrophobic.
Really?
If I don't have moving air, it's like I'm gasping, literal gasping for air.
Okay.
That's so.
I'm just. Okay.
Really?
And
see, I'm looking at you the same way. Like, you don't need moving air.
I had the fan on last night though, but probably
Why?
once it gets because it was
chilly.
It wasn't too bad. No, I mean chilly's when it gets down. Come on, it wasn't that chilly last night.
It was in the 40s.
Perfect.
Well, I guess 40s to 50s, depending on where you are.
That's perfect.
Hey, if you're running the heat, turn the fan on, and it will make a big difference. It'll make the room feel so much warmer, and you'll use less of that heat that comes on.
Liz, how do you sleep with 1 foot out of the blankets? You're not scared of monsters?
What? I wasn't till now. No, I have to. Like, I'll get hot. So I go to bed with socks on.
No.
Listen. Slow your roll. Slow your roll. And then, I don't even know, 20 minutes in, they get popped off. And then I have to go searching the next day for the socks, put them in the laundry. But yes, I keep 1 foot out because I get hot.
Who can sleep with socks? That's crazy.
Michael texted and said, their air is set at 59 degrees year-round.
What?
And ceiling fans. He said, welcome to the igloo. Are you kidding me, Michael?
59?
Yes. Honestly, it sounds like a dream. Except when you get that electric bill at the end of the month. Woo!
I sleep with socks on and just regular pajamas or whatever. But I have a blanket. My husband and I have 2 different blankets because I toss and turn, and I've got to have half my body out of the blanket at any given time during the night.
That explains the socks, for sure.
okay.
I mean, if half your body's out, you're going to be chilly. And so I bet she's like the flannel PJs, you know, the thicker, something thicker.
Okay.
But the foot out, I've got to have, Betsy texted and said, absolutely, got to have the foot out as well. Something, though, that Ninja does, I could never, ever do. What do you do?
I sleep with blankets over my ears like a burrito.
Why?
Because I don't want anything to touch my ears.
Oh, like if something's in the room, like a creepy crawly or something.
Yeah.
Yeah. See, that would suffocate me. I had a friend in high school, and we would, spend the night at each other's house or whatever. She would always close or cover her nose.
Oh, my goodness.
And I thought, how are you not? I would come up punching. Like, you can't cover the face.
Yeah.
Rob and Lizz in the morning.
On his radio.
First, when I saw this headline, I'm like, is this like a new professional wrestler? Because it's like Claude the Claw. And I'm like, what?
Does sound like it.
What the heck? So anyway, there's one of these new specialty restaurants in New York City called Bird Box. And first of all, I'm like, is that Sandra Bullock movie? Because I don't want anything from that movie.
Nothing to do with that movie.
So anyway, they've got this chicken sandwich, this breaded chicken sandwich that they sell. And it's like the whole entire leg quarter of the
That's a
chicken.
big sandwich.
Like the thigh and the drumstick. But it goes all the way down to the foot. And, and the foot is still connected.
Oh, no. See, that's, no.
Why?
Is that like your handle? No, because it's a sandwich, so your bread is your...
But it's just kind of hanging out. It's like a tail. It looks like a tail kind of.
Why?
So
and it has the claws?
This is what what's the, chicken foot. It's a chicken foot right
toes,
there.
the big toes.
Yeah, and so they said it's to show their authenticity of their chicken and their commitment to high quality chicken.
You can make a chicken foot out of Play-Doh.
I don't know. I can't.
Authenticity. I'm good. I believe you. Yeah. It's all good.
Rob and Lizz in the morning.
On his radio.
I kind of think we're running out of ideas and thoughts. So there's this big egg championship that happens in England, and people from all around the world come for this egg championship. You got pairs of teams, and since 2005, and so you stand like 10 meters apart, and one tosses the egg, the other one has to catch it without it breaking.
Mm-hmm.
And then if you're successful, you move back 10 meters and you move back 10 meters and you move back. And so the champions this past year, it was 50 meters.
Oh, my goodness.
They were able. And so like the top 5 in the competition will go to this big championship next year in this village in England. But the guys that won it this year, we're talking about, well, you've got to have the right egg. It can't be too pointy. And you got to have a good looping throw, and you got to have soft hands to catch it.
Okay, so they're moisturizing their hands, but I would think they don't get to choose their own egg. I would think that's kind of luck of the draw. They pass around a basket.
Okay.
Maybe. I mean, I'm just thinking that's the only way to do it fairly.
That would be the fair way, or just grab it out of the carton. And so I don't know. You have your own personal eggs? Like I
can't imagine.
You have your own chickens, and they produce these championship-winning eggs that you
grow
use to
No, ladies, no pointy eggs this time. All right.
And I guess the losers of this competition, just, the yolks on them.
Rob and Lizz in the morning.
On His Radio.
Rob and Lizz in the morning on His Radio. I'm Brian in for Rob today.
Well, I will say, I wish they would change the name of this contest.
Okay.
Because I don't like that they're calling her Fat Bear.
Oh, it's a she?
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, no.
Even a guy.
Okay.
Even a guy.
You know,
she's fluffy.
Spirit out. Oh, okay.
She's fluffy. I like that better.
I've heard that before. Kind of fluffy there, boy. Okay, so there is actually a Fat Bear contest?
There's a Fat Bear contest. Okay, maybe, and I didn't know this, but bears hold their fat in their booties. Okay.
I'm a fat bear.
and that helps them hibernate. Like they have to really pump up the fat to be able to make it throughout the winter, and that's where they're storing everything, right? Okay, so there were Chunk was trying to win.
Chunk.
Yeah.
Okay.
But Grazer is the girl.
Okay.
And she had a problem with Chunk because he had hurt part of her family at some point.
Okay.
So she's in mama bear mode.
Okay.
And she's like, you're not winning. So I can see like she's over in the corner with her little Debbie's and her, her ice cream or Haagen-Dazs, and she is pumping up the fat.
But she's just grazing.
She is just grazing. Well, that's what women do. Men are volume eaters, women are grazers.
Okay.
And so Grazer, there was a contest. There were 40,000 votes.
Okay.
Second year in a row, Grazer walks off with the title.
Wow.
And Chunk comes in second.
Wow.
Chunk's not happy.
I bet.
Chunk he's like, look, I'm ordering some chicken wings. I'm getting ready for next year. But Grazer is the fluffy bear winner.
Rob and Lizz in the morning on uplifting and encouraging His Radio.
We are still looking at, and will be for a while, the aftermath of Hurricane Helene, especially in places like Lake Lure, Chimney Rock, these areas. But Brian saw something. And you were talking about Tryon Equestrian Center is doing something?
This is so cool. Like, my wife and I love Chimney Rock. And several times a year we go there, and we had a fall trip planned to go there before all this happened. We have some favorite places like Jenny's Restaurant. We love that. It's completely gone. I mean, I've seen the pictures. We got a favorite outfitter there called Bubba O'Leary's, and just love that on Main Street there in Chimney Rock. So I saw this story yesterday. The Tryon International Equestrian Center is going to have a special Western North Carolina shopping area set up this fall to help some of these businesses kind of get things started again, because this is a big time of the year
for that area,
for these areas. Yeah. And so these businesses that have been devastated, they're going to have some fall holiday shopping available in like a Western North Carolina Main Street shopping area, and some of the businesses there from Chimney Rock and other areas are going to be involved. And I think October 26th is the date they're looking to start that out.
And I think that's awesome. Anything you can do. And I love that. I almost see it happening. Like they got together and said, okay, how can we help?
Yes.
What can we provide as the equestrian center to make this happen? And somebody said, well, we've got this area and we love to go up. They always do. Is it Shadrack's, the lights at Christmas and this kind of thing. Been there for some of the horse shows. And it's a beautiful area. And so they decided they're going to take what they have to offer and try to give back. And this is perfect for these small businesses thinking, what am I going to do?
Yeah.
How are we going to make, our living, our livelihood, provide for our families? And this is a way that you're going to be able to do it. So good news, you're going to be able to do some of that shopping at some of your favorite stores and support that area.